Today and Across the Fence, big changes in home lighting can mean big savings on your electric bill. We'll see the latest in light bulb technology and learn which lighting choice is best for you. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Judy Simpson. You may have noticed some significant changes in the lighting aisle during the past year. There are a lot of new products and different labels. To find out more about the changes and what they mean to you, I'm joined by two guests. Lara Bond and Laura Zeppieri from Efficiency Vermont are here. Thank you so much for being with us. Tell us first a little bit about what Efficiency Vermont does.
Efficiency Vermont is the statewide energy efficiency utility, so we help provide guidance to residential customers and to commercial customers on how to save money and energy throughout the state.
And that includes everything from lighting to insulation?
Yes, everything. Anything that could potentially provide energy savings and to help people save money, we provide guidance.
Let's talk about light bulbs. There have been a lot of changes.
Yes, there have been a lot of changes to the lighting aisle. There was a federal law that required lighting to be more efficient, and so a lot of manufacturers have responded to that. There's been a lot of innovations lately. Compact fluorescent lighting, CFLs have come a long way, better quality, better choices, and LEDs have come a long way in only the last year, few months, providing better opportunities for Vermonters to save money.
So how is Efficiency Vermont helping Vermonters to sort of learn about these changes and kind of make sense of these changes?
Yeah, so there have been a lot of changes in the lighting aisle, and we heard from Vermonters that they really were looking for guidance. That was the biggest stumbling block, is just trying to figure out what's going on in the lighting aisle. So we're trying to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vermonters, when they're looking for how to choose the best bulb, can really look at the lighting facts label on the side of the box that's required to be on each packaging now. And we're really picking out three key messages from this label. Brightness, so when you're looking to how bright you want the bulb to be, used to be measured in watts, but now that there's so many different technologies and each bulb has a different wattage, you can now look for lumens. So, which measure how much light the bulb actually produces. So a normal 60 watt equivalent is around 800 lumens, so that's one way to look for how bright. Basically more lumens means more light.
Okay, so if you're looking to replace like a 100 watt bulb, you'd look for, what would that be in lumens about?
About 1600 lumens.
Okay, and so some other lighting facts?
You should also look for color, how warm or cool you want the light to be. Generally, the lower on the Kelvin scale, which is how it's measured, is a warmer light. So around 27K is what we would call the soft white, which most people like to use in their homes.
If it's on the other scales, more like that blue color?
Yeah, we call it a cooler light. So yeah, it's a little more blue.
Okay. And what else should people look for?
They should also look for savings. So, looking for either a CFL or an LED. It says the estimated yearly energy cost. So what you'll pay for that for the year. So a CFL is or an LED is a good choice for that. And
so, what else should people look for, Laura?
Another really important thing to look for is the Energy Star logo. When a box has the Energy Star logo on it, it's been through third-party certification, and we know that anything that has the Energy Star logo will perform like it specifies on the box. So we know that it'll last as long as it's advertised to last, and has good quality.
And so, too, also on that label, we saw that these bulbs do contain mercury.
Yes.
So you can't just throw them in the trash.
You can't. It's a trace amount of mercury, and it is best to take them in to recycle them. There's places throughout the state. Your local hardware store should recycle them for you, and so when you're going in to buy the next bulb, just bring in the old one. You can recycle it there.
Now, are there some excuses that you've heard through the years from people who aren't purchasing these bulbs and are staying with the traditional light bulbs? What are some of the excuses that you hear?
Yeah, we've heard from people that the quality is not as good, or that that blue light is one of the things that people say, and so it's really important to know that because of the education we're providing, because of the lighting facts label, that you can choose the right light, and the quality is definitely getting a lot better. So it shouldn't be as much of a stumbling block for people.
You just have to know what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yep.
I know for me, some of the earlier bulbs that are sort of shaped like this one, fitting them in the lamp and putting the lampshade back on them was a little problematic.
Yeah, a lot of the light bulbs have gotten a lot smaller, so the diameter of the tubing has gotten a lot smaller, so that they are able to fit in a lot more sockets. So that should be less of an issue. And there are a lot of different form factors for different sockets out there. So bulbs that fit in anywhere you need lighting.
Okay. So now you brought some examples. So let's take a look at some of these and what we're looking at.
Sure. So this is what we call the standard spiral. It's just kind of a general application bulb that you can really use anywhere in your home. Most people like to stick it in their table lamp. And as Laura mentioned, this is a slightly bigger one, but there are what we call micro mini ones that are this big. So you can really put them in any application.
And this is nice because it does say it replaces 75-watt standard bulbs, so that you know what exactly you're replacing, and then it has the other information down to on the bottom as well. So you can take a look at that and see that it's going to last a little bit longer.
Exactly.
Can you put? I know I'm guilty of this. If your lamp just says 60 watt or less, can you put a 75-watt bulb in there or 100-watt bulb in there?
Yeah, it all comes down to what the wattage on the packaging says. So this one is 20 watts. So as long as the wattage doesn't go over that maximum wattage, it should be fine.
Okay. And so what else have we got here? We've got a couple of different kinds.
Sure. This is a reflector bulb. It replaces any bulb in a recessed can. And this bulb right now in stores is $3.99. It was $6.69, and so all of our specialty bulbs like reflectors are $3.99 in stores now, and all of these great just standard spirals are 99 cents. This one was $4.99. So we're really trying to make it easier for Vermonters to switch out to these more efficient options.
Now, is that something that Efficiency Vermont is doing, or is that just the normal price of the bulbs?
That's something Efficiency Vermont is doing. Depending on what kind of bulb it is, we provide incentives to help Vermonters make more efficient choices.
And those incentives are available throughout the state. We have over 200 retail partners, so partners from hardware stores to grocery stores to do-it-yourself stores or little general stores. We partner with retailers all throughout the state, so it's really available everywhere.
Now, we've been talking about LEDs and CFLs. What are the difference between the two?
Just different technology. It really comes down to kind of what you want in your home, and basically savings is a big factor. So this bulb right here uses a little less wattage, so it uses 12.5 watts. And it's kind of a fun new technology, especially this particular bulb.
It doesn't even look like a bulb.
So yeah, it looks a little different, and it's yellow, but when you turn it on, it's a nice warm white light. So this is a great option. It uses less energy and it lasts longer. This bulb lasts around 22 years.
Really?
So it's really a good investment.
Now, is that just, I know sometimes it's based on hours that you use per day. But that's a long time. Yeah,
the LEDs are the technologies. I mean, right now the prices are a little higher. We do provide incentives on them, but because they last so long, the return on your investment, if you put it in now, it'll save you money long. You'll definitely have good returns on it for a long time. And
what would be the price point on something like that?
This one is $24.95 originally, but with our incentive, it's $14.95.
And it's going to last you over 20 years.
It's going to last you over 20 years.
Is that one of the things that is hard for people to sort of wrap their mind around, is that a light bulb is going to last that long? Because we're so used to just changing light bulbs all the time.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely one of those things that's become more of an investment in a technology rather than something that lasts a year or two and you throw it away. It's definitely something that we're hearing people start to take with them when they move from place to place because it's a really, really good investment and something that they know will last a long time.
And so what are you hearing from people that have made this switch or are making the switch?
Yeah, I mean, we're hearing a lot of really great feedback, especially as over the, in terms of the whole state, we have about 33% of sockets in Vermonters' homes have CFLs or LED technology, and last year alone, we incentivized over 1 million bulbs, and being able to get efficient lighting into people's homes. And from that, we're hearing people really enjoy the quality. LEDs are are really coming a long way in terms of providing even better benefit than the old incandescents, because you can really choose your color, you can choose how you want to use it, and they're just a really great long-lasting quality bulb.
Now, are there interior and exterior bulbs?
Yes, yeah.
We're talking about interiors, but are there exterior bulbs you can get as well?
Yeah, and they should be marked wet rated or outdoor rated, so that's something to definitely look for. But there are different options, and just making sure that when you make that big investment, that it'll last a long time, just to look for whether it's outdoor or fixture, indoor.
And part of what Efficiency Vermont does is also work with retailers to educate the stores about it, so when people do have questions.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We have a wide network of partners across Vermont. We work with small mom and pop stores, larger retailers, pretty much anywhere you can buy bulbs in the state. So we have a great network of partners that we work with to provide these efficient lighting options.
And just to add to that, there's a Love Your Light campaign, which we're hoping to bring provide signage at all these stores and have some guidance right there on the shelf, so people, as they walk in the store, they don't have to remember all the stuff we're saying today. They can walk in and have the guidance right there.
Are there other changes in technology that are coming up for bulbs?
I think really it's just they're becoming more efficient. It's amazing in the last year, just more efficient and better quality. We think it can't go any farther, and it keeps going, and manufacturers keep getting more innovative. So it's definitely fun to watch.
And so let's talk about the three things that people should keep in mind, I guess, when they're thinking about these bulbs.
Yes. So really to pay attention to the brightness, knowing how much light output they want, and then to look for color. If they want that warm incandescent light, to really look for that, and then they can choose that by looking at the lighting facts label. And then lastly, the savings, just to really look for what kind of savings they want from their bulb to run it for the year. And then also the Energy Star label, because if they see the Energy Star label, they know the bulb will perform, and spending, especially as you invest more for the LED, you want to make sure it'll perform for a long time and perform like it's advertised. So
maybe we could take another look at the label just to remind folks what they're looking at, and the differences between a normal light bulb and one of these energy efficient light bulbs. Lumens is one of the things people are going to see.
Yes.
And there we go. So 800 lumens is, once again, what, a 60 watt, okay. Yeah. And the energy used is only 14 watts, so that's pretty good. And then also lifetime estimate, and then light appearance, which is warm, which is measured in kelvins. So and you're supposed to look for that lower number in kelvins?
Yes, yeah. And this is all provided in guidance on the shelf too, so people don't have to memorize this. But that lower 2700 is a traditional incandescent warmth. So if they look for that 2700, they'll know that they'll have that traditional color to a light bulb.
What are some of the questions that people ask you when you start talking about lighting?
I think mostly it's really just general confusion, because it's a lot of new technologies and a lot of different things that are going on in the shelves, and just saying, what can we do? How do we look for figuring out which bulb's going to be right for us, and the really nice benefit of having this, the FTC requires this lighting facts label in all packaging, so knowing that label is going to be there for them, like the nutrition label, that they can look for it, and they can it'll all start to look the same, and they can really compare bulbs, compare technologies, and really understand it.
So once again, these bulbs are for several years.
Yes.
And this one, estimated at over 20 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which means everyone's going to have to now invest in better lamps.
Yes, definitely.
And so what are some of the other initiatives that Efficiency Vermont is working on, not only with lighting, but maybe other consumer issues that you're involved with?
Well, we do provide guidance and incentives on, there's all kinds of home appliances that we work with, clothes washers, refrigerators, dehumidifiers, and we work with consumer electronics, making sure we get the most efficient products in the markets for customers when they go to any retail space. So we really try and work across a whole variety of products, providing the best guidance to point people towards ones that'll save them money and perform just as well. And if viewers have any questions, Laura, about anything they've seen today or anything about Efficiency Vermont, what should they do?
Sure. Anyone can call Efficiency Vermont at 1-888-921-5990 or visit our website at efficiencyvermont.com. We're always happy to answer any questions, and our website has a lot of great tools to help consumers choose the perfect bulb for them so they don't have to remember everything we just said.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's our program for today. I'm Judy Simpson. We'll see you again next time on Across the Fence.
For a video copy of today's program, call toll-free 1-888-ATF-3430. Across the Fence is brought to you as a public service by University of Vermont Extension and WCAX-TV.